Hey everybody out there, this is Dr. Heather. Of course you knew that because you were on my page. I'm going to wait a few minutes here to have the audience build, but just thought, I know it's Sunday, it's kind of rainy and supposed to be icy in Kansas, but it is Sunday and I am here at my office and I'm super excited. So I've had dozens of questions kind of asking me to address fats, sugars, goals, resolutions, like what's up with all that stuff. And it seems to be the trend is that people don't like the word goals, or people don't tend to like the word New Year's resolutions or things like that. But let's talk about what's happening in Kansas City. The Chiefs are playing tonight. So we certainly want goals then. Everyone's like, you know, it's okay to make goals, don't make goals. Goals are meant to be broken. But think about if you're a sports fan, goals are actually a great thing to have. Goals are things that you want to achieve. Think about resolution. If there's a conflict over maybe a fumble today, or if something is or isn't a touchdown or a call, we definitely want resolution. Resolution just means bringing harmony to a situation. So it is Sunday afternoon. I am here in my office prior to the Chiefs game. I've got a bunch of people coming out today to really talk about what the deal is with sugar and fat. Like, how do I absolutely kick the sugar habit? We know that it takes 28 days to make a habit and 28 days to break a habit. We also know to make good habits, you have to have boundaries. So that's why a lot of people find a lot of benefit from coming to one of the classes at our office, or maybe something I give out at a gym, or maybe a yoga studio, or hopefully one of these live things that you can find some tidbits to take home. But really what I want to have you know is kind of what the differences are about sugars and fats and what's the big deal, and whether you've set goals or resolutions. I like the word map because a map kind of tells you where you're going along your health journey. So maybe make a map of where you want your health to look like at the end of 2017 or the beginning of 2018. Make what it looks like if you have a detour. Let us know what it looks like in case you have traffic jam. So I'm just going to go over a couple things. But again, we're going to talk about kicking the sugar habits and how we're going to do that with healthy foods that you like without feeling deprived, without being obsessed about food. So I'm going to cover just a few things on another point of view that people have asked me about supplementation. As you can see from the back, at Cardin Center for Wellness, we've always endorsed supplementation. We've done lab work in our office. We definitely see mineral patterns, digestion go up when using the proper supplementation. But lately, it's the technology everyone's talking about. What is the ketone technology? So I'm just gonna break it down. And some of the questions I don't know the answer to, so I'll let you find that out for me. But if you're out there and you take a vitamin C, give us a thumbs up. And my thing is, how many oranges would you have to take to get 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C? I'm not really for sure, maybe 4, maybe 10 or 12. It depends on digestion. It depends on the ripeness of the orange. It depends on how much fiber's in there. But no, if I were to eat 10 or 12 oranges, it would definitely raise my blood sugar. I would definitely have a lot of extra calories I wouldn't want. But you'd have to, again, probably have a whole bunch of oranges. Let's talk about fish oils. I don't want to name companies. So this is a tuna oil. This is a mixed omega EPA DHEA. How much tuna, since this is tuna oil, would I have to eat to get 165 milligrams of tuna oil? We all know that healthy fats are really good for our bodies and our hearts. So a lot of people out there are taking supplementation. Cardiologists are recommending taking a good fish oil. My question again, how many cans of tuna or salmon would you have to eat to get the amount of healthy fats you get in a supplement? Let's talk about protein powder. This is a vegan one. We have a bunch of different ones, so I'm not showing around the labels. Here are 2 eggs. We know there's 7 grams of protein. So the same thing true, like how many eggs would I have to get the digestible protein in 1 scoop of this protein powder or your protein powder? So we've talked a little bit about vitamin C. We've talked about some fats. We've talked about protein powder. I want to talk about minerals. I have a big jug of bone broth here. We also know that we can take minerals or electrolytes in supplementation. So how much would I have to drink to equal this? When you think about supplementation, think about it directly gets into the body so it can start working at a cellular level without having to go through all the digestive issues. Hey Ryan, thanks for joining me. Hey Habla, thank you for joining me today. Again, how much would you have to have in order to get that many macronutrients, or that much vitamin C from how many oranges, or how many cans of tuna, or how much chicken broth to get that in a multi-mineral? And I think the confusion comes out, or everyone's been hearing me talk lately about ketones. It's because we've never had them available before. We are the first time ever in history we have exogenous ketones. So the question would be, how many olives, because fats break down into ketones, or avocados, or pieces of bacon, I just grabbed stuff from my house, or almonds would I have to eat in order to get this much beta hydroxybutyrate? Because fats break down into beta hydroxybutyrate, which is an amazing energy source. So whether we're talking about vitamin C or minerals or fats or digestive enzymes or protein, just think of it logically and think of it very simply that our guts tend to be a mess. We hear a lot about gut biomes being out of balance, we get candida or allergies, things like this. So when you take a supplementation, you want to take the purest that you can, which means it's gluten-free, dairy-free, MSG-free, nitrates, food additives, food colorings, all those things taken out. So when you put it into your body, it's going to help absorb it straight into the bloodstream at a cellular level without having to go through all that aid of digestion and getting all those extra calories. So again, I was just wanting to come here and say howdy do to everybody from Kansas City, and go Chiefs. We are excited to have our Breaking the Sugar Habit and starting our 60-Day to Better Wellness program here at Carden Center for Wellness. So if you aren't able to join us this month, no, we'll be starting a new group next month and showing you how to kick the sugar habits without having sugar withdrawals, without having a carbohydrate hangover, and feeling really good, having more energy, sleeping better, reducing inflammation. Because I want to ask you this, have you ever met anybody who's carbohydrate deficient? There are essential macronutrients, there are essential fatty acids, there's essential fats. I don't know if there's any essential carbohydrates. So just think about that for a second. And if you do know somebody, share this with them, because I'd love to hear their story. But most people I meet are not carbohydrate deficient. They are generally running on carbohydrates, which is not a very good choice of fuel. We know that sugar causes inflammation. It doesn't last very long in our system. We burn through it pretty quickly, whether it's from an organic source or non-organic source. So again, want to say thank you for joining me this afternoon, and hopefully I shed some light on supplementation. We're going to talk a little bit more about sugars and fats and how to make that transition easy and smooth without having to go through any type of withdrawal, and really feeling and living a much better life in the year 2017. So have a great day, and we'll see you next time.